back to my channel. I decided it would be good to do another live. I hope my mic is not ticking like on the last video. So guys, as you can see from the title, it's called Rush Relationships and Rush Life. Guys, if I'm not looking at the screen, it's because I can't see my screen. As I explained in my previous video, um, my phone has some type of water damage and now I can't see my screen clear. It's just like loads of grey lines on my phone, and I can't afford a new phone right now, so I'm kind of broke. I shouldn't say I'm broke, right? Because obviously God gives me everything, and what you speak out into the world will come true. So I'm not going to say I'm broke, but I just can't afford a phone right now. But I thought it might be a good idea to talk about like rush relationships, rush life, because this is something that I'm noticing around me. I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot of people that are rushing me into making decisions, just rushing me basically. And like, I've been trying to like isolate myself a little bit. I do speak to people here and there, but I do find that a lot of people are calling me, texting me about 100 times, and it's just like I feel really pressured to speak with people, and it's like most of the messages are not even relevant to your life right now. And it sounds horrible, but like, if I'm going to be messaging somebody, at least I don't mind talking to people, but it needs to be in alignment with my goals, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I find that, right guys, when I think back to like one of my romantic relationships, I felt like it was very rushed. I felt like I was pressured into making decisions really fast, and I don't think rush relationships work, because when you do that, I feel like you don't get to know the person properly, and I feel like by the time you've made that solid decision, their true colours start to come out. Mr. Boo said, never rush into anything, always think about what will come out of it. Exactly. I feel like when you're rushing, you don't get to see the situation for what it is. You don't get to see the reality of things. And I think I know we can't always put one advice for everyone. I understand that. But I think a lot of people need to take into consideration that you can't rush into things. It can backfire. It can make you look back at life with regrets, wishing that you never rushed into it. And I like the fact that you said always think about what will come out of it. Like, so always think about the outcome, which can be hard for people, because when you're rushing into things, you don't have that time to think, because you're living from a scarcity mindset where you feel like if you don't make a decision now, you're going to lose that. You're not going to have that opportunity again. And it's not true, because we always get opportunities in life that always come by. Thank you so much for saying it's great to see me. It's great to see you too as well. Thank you so much for coming on my live. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I felt like I was pressured into decisions in one of my romantic relationships. And I feel like that was bad, because what it is, guys, with me, right, I do fear a lot. When I say fear a lot, when it comes to trying new things, I'm kind of cautious. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, men have to pressure me, because if they don't pressure me, I would never move, right? And then I get tricked into thinking that they're doing what's right for me. So in that sense, I felt it was the right thing to do to go along with that decision. But looking back now, I realise that rushing is not the best thing. It's good to take your time to get to know people. And then when you get to know them, you know to assess if they're right for you or not. And like that applies to so many things. Like you see, like in this world, in real life, a lot of people get pressured to choose which direction to go, which partner to pick, which school to go for, which career to pick. It's just everything's so much, pressure, and you feel rushed. But I'm now going to start taking my time to make decisions. I'm not going to be on this rat race. I'm just going to take my time, because I feel like when you're able to sit back and observe better, then you can pick the right decisions for you, right? So if I sound out of breath, But guys, let me read the comments. A rushed relationship is never really a happy ending. I agree. It's like getting together with a stranger who is history. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the like, guys. Yes, I agree. I remember in my relationship, um, we rushed, and I just felt like we were going so fast in this relationship, and then I just felt like I could see him getting very comfortable, but at the same time I wouldn't let him get comfortable because I could always leave any time in that relationship. We were not married, so I knew that I could always exit, but I felt like it was confusing for him because even though I said yes to a lot of decisions, I was also saying no. So I knew that I could always quit, I could always leave the back door, like get out the back door. So I felt like he didn't understand me in that instance. But I agree, you don't get a happy ending out of a rushed relationship because it becomes very controlling as well. Because you said yes now and then they assume that you're going to stick to that yes forever. Does that make sense? Yeah, a stranger, it's hard to get to know somebody when you're rushing because it's like if you meet somebody for the first time and you say, okay, let's go on vacation together. You cannot go on vacation with someone that you barely know. And guys, I know that from experience because I went on holiday with someone I barely knew and it was the worst thing to do. But it's very, very interesting. I think a lot of people really need to consider their options in life. They need to think, are they just rushing? You know, another point that I want to make, I find that a lot of people, right, they always say, right, like for example, say if you've got A, B and Z. Hi Thomas, how are you? So if you've got A, B and Z, guys, do you know, okay, for example, right, let's use the Bible as an example. So you know like how Noah had to build an ark. Imagine if he was like, I'm not going to build an ark. I'm going to use this time now because I want to have 6 kids before I die. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I feel like when people are rushing, they make these goals in life. Sorry guys, I'm crossing the road. I'm glad that you're good, Thomas. They make these goals in life where they're like, okay, this is what I want to achieve and I've got to achieve it before I hit 30. And guys, I used to live a rush life. Like when I was in my 20s, I remember having this conversation with my mother and I was like, I want to go to Mexico. That was my dream. I wanted to go to Mexico so bad. Guys, I still never achieved that goal. I'm good, thank you, Thomas. So I wanted to go to Mexico. And I remember desperately asking so many people to come on vacation with me and I couldn't get no one to go. And my mum sat me down and she was like, Tanya, what's the rush? And I said, but I want to go now. And she was like, but you've got your whole life ahead of you. And I couldn't understand it. I was like, I want to go now. Like, life is too short. I just remember I want to travel as much as I could. I wanted to travel every single year. And when I look back at that, it's like I'm rushing my life. I'm trying to travel as much as possible when I'm young. But what is this thing where people have these goals in mind and they do everything they can in their power to try and achieve it? Even when life is not going that way, they still push for these goals. And as I said, like if Noah was like, no, God, I'm not going to build an ark. I want to have 2 more children or 6 more children and then I'll build the ark. Why are people so self-centered where they think that they have the full power over their lives? Hey, rest in peace, you're finally here. I'm so happy. Finally, Lisa didn't miss this one live. Yeah, because I did it at a really good time and obviously my phone screen is still not the best, but I'm going to try and do this live for as long as possible. I'm just crossing this road, guys. Yeah, I just thought it might be a good idea to do a live, right? Because it's been a while. It's been a long while. I know I did a little mini one, but it wasn't great. And no one could hear the audio well. Just crossing the road, guys. Yeah, so I feel like a rush life is not good. Do you guys ever see when people are quick to like cut off relationships and cut off friendships with people? Because they're rushing, they're expecting results, expecting a certain outcome with people, and when they don't get it they just snap and just cut people off. Like I feel like people are not present enough where they're actually sorry guys, someone's like going past on a bike. They're not actually people are like so focused on achieving things that they don't down and analyze around them what's going on around them in the present moment. Like, whilst you're thinking, right, let's have 6 more children, there's probably like somebody around you that needs help, right? They may need mental support, they may feel down or suicidal or something, but you're so focused on your own life. It's so selfish, it's so self-centered, and I'm realizing now that I want to slow down in life. I don't want to be pressured. Like, I don't really want to say this on live, but let me try and change it up so it doesn't sound like, I'm talking about someone in particular. But I have somebody in my life that wants me to talk with them, right? Okay, I'm happy to talk with people, but at the same time, I do have my own problems where I have a lot of things that I need to achieve in a day. And then I had a phone call and I looked at this number and I didn't recognise it. And I said, who is this? I texted, who is this? And they said, it's me. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, I haven't replied to your WhatsApp and you're actually calling me off a different number. Like, people are so persistent. And I think what people don't realise, we have 24 hours in a day, but time goes so fast. And we need to allow people the space to work on their own life as well. I can't be here, there and everywhere. I can't be spending 5 hours on the phone talking to you. I think people need to understand that. Stop rushing, stop pressuring me to speak to you at that set time. What's this rush that everybody has? It's like pressure. It's like, I don't know how to explain. It's like when people want to meet, why are they pressuring people to meet on that day? And then if you don't meet, it's almost like they're angry with you. I don't understand this nature of people. It's like they want things right now. And this is what I'm getting at, this whole rush life, this whole rush relationships. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Like, anybody that's trying to rush me, I'm not interested. Like, you can rush somebody else. It sounds like I'm being rude, guys. Sorry, I need to cross this road. It sounds like I'm being rude, but what is the rush, guys? What is the rush? I don't understand it. It's like... So I'm going to chill this year for a little bit. I'm not going to chill for the whole rest of the year because I know there's going to be a time where I need to speed up and get things done, but I'm going to chill. I'm not going to let anybody pressure me. I gave my number to a lovely lady and we didn't text each other straight away, and then out of the blue she started texting me, but she literally spammed me. She actually texted me 3 times on my phone, and then because I didn't reply and I didn't answer her call, then she spammed me on WhatsApp, and I'm just thinking, what is this urgency, guys? We need to realise we're not that important in people's lives. We shouldn't really be pushing for urgent calls unless you're family, close family, unless you're like close friends. I don't understand the urgency. But guys, I'm going to wrap this video up now because I'm going to the store. I'm in my town centre. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see if I can try and turn this camera around. I don't know if I can do it on here. Yeah, so I'm at the town centre, so I'm gonna get into the store, do some shopping. I might go back on live again after, I'm not sure. But I really enjoy talking about this topic. I think it's so important to like analyse what's going on around us and the effect that people are having on us and the control, the rushed feelings. Like, what is the rush, guys? I understand some things you do need to rush, but there's some things that is not that urgent. So pay attention to that, guys. Thank you so much for joining my live, guys. I love speaking with you all. Thank you so much for those that commented. Thank you so much for the like, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.